まり出した白い闇切り裂く翼になれ
Alright, time for your next kana lesson. Let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it. What you see before you is your next best friend. His name is Ka, and we're about to draw him. So let's go! First, you make a line going down like that, edging off to the left. It's not straight down. Go to the left as you're doing it. Nice, relatively curvy line. Then, almost like an N, make that line that is on your screen right now. Pretty straightforward. And then be sure to make that relatively large dash over to the right. Make sure you do that because this is its katakana brother. That is the katakana ka, and it looks pretty similar, 'cause it is. In fact, it's virtually the same strokes, it's just that technically they're a bit straighter. You make that line a little straighter, a little larger, and you make that bend a little straighter, a little larger. But the main idea is that when you're drawing it, the reality of the situation is both kas are going to look pretty similar. The defining mark is that big dash on the right side of the hiragana ka. That's what really defines one from the other. Just to make sure, if your handwriting relatively looks the same when you're making the two, you can determine the difference between a katakana ka and a hiragana ka. Anyway, let's get going. Next up is ki. To make ki, first you make a little horizontal line, and then a slightly larger horizontal line beneath it. Remember, when you're making the hiragana, make your lines kind of curvy. Be a little sharper with the katakana if you want to be technical. Then make a line going through them, and then beneath them make a little C, like that. And there's your hiragana key. Then is the katakana key, which is similar. You make a little line, a bigger line beneath it, and then a light going straight through. You just don't make that little C-looking thing. Okay, and then that's the katakana key. Bunch of straight lines. Next is ku. Ku, stroke-wise, is the smallest kana you know. It's just one stroke. Just like that. It's a less than sign. It's exactly what it is. You'll make a ku if you make a less than sign. Next up is the katakana ku, which really doesn't look too much a thing like the hiragana ku. You make a little line, slanting over to the left, and then you make that stroke right there. For whatever reason, you see that kind of stroke all over the place, and I don't know how to describe it. You just make it like that. Pretty, and that's the katakana ku. Now we've got ke. First, when making ke, you make almost like a beginning parenthesis. Then you basically make a little line, a little horizontal line over to the right of that opening parenthesis, and you almost kind of like close the parenthesis, and that's basically ke. I always think it kind of looks like parentheses, a little like E, but yeah, with a line on the right-hand side. Okay, and now there is the katakana ke. Just make sure that you determine your katakana ku from your katakana ke, because they can look kind of similar. The main difference is that you start the katakana ke the same way, but you go all the way across. Nice, strong, horizontal, straight line for ke. And then you go kind of in the middle, kind of toward the right, and you make a little line down. That's how you differentiate between the katakana ku and ke. You go all the way with the ke. Then there's ko. Ko is basically a big dash with a little curve beneath it. You're going to see quite a bit when it's printed out by a computer. The two are kind of attached. In the past, they kind of were. Draw two separate strokes, though. They're two distinct strokes. And then there is the Katakana Key, which is a little similar. You make that line, it's one big stroke. It's one fluid motion. You can't just make one line going across and make a separate line going down. Get used to the stroke because it's very, very common. This sort of stroke. Just one stroke. And then you make that line on the bottom. Alright, so now you know Kakiku-ken-ko. However, our lesson is not over. As you can see, the video is not done, because there is something else you must know. We have to learn a new concept of the kana you're going to see over and over again. You might remember in my introductional video, if you haven't seen it, I suggest you do, that the kana often repeat themselves with very slight differences, making the kana just that much easier to remember. Well, now we're going to give that very slight difference a name. And that name is dakuten. That's right. That's what it's called. But I didn't use such a sophisticated term such as dakuten in my intro video. I believe I used the term those little quotation mark thingies. Well, that's not really what they're called. They're not called those little quotation mark thingies. They're called dakuten. What dakuten do is signify a new sound when they're placed on the upper right-hand corner of a kana. Little differences like this make big differences in Japanese, especially when you get to the kanji. Little things like this are going to make a big difference. So now watch carefully as I change Kakiku-ke-ko to ga-gi-gu-ge-go. Alright. The sounds have completely changed. They're not interchangeable now. This is a whole new set of kana, technically. But it's the same thing, Kakiku-ke-ko, but with the dakuten. Now it's ga-gi-gu-ge-go. You got it? That's going to happen with the vast majority of kana, actually. So get used to those little quotation marks, and that's essentially what they are. That's why I'm not going over the kana all over again with the dakuten, because you just make little quotation mark looking thingies next to them. You don't have to know they're dakuten, that's just what they're called. I don't want you to think they're those little quotation mark thingies, because they're not quotation marks. That's not what they signify. They make one set of kanji one set of kana into another set of kana. There we go. Alright. That concludes this video. Look forward to the next set of kana next time.